Microsoft and Asobo recently held another Q&A session and they gave out details of World Update 6, and it's going to be Germany, Switzerland and Austria, and it's coming late August 2021. Welcome to the SimHanger, my name's Mark. The update was provided via Twitch on the MSFS official channel. This is still very much a work in progress, but Jörg Newman from Microsoft mentioned that 3 cities will get the photogrammetry treatment. Not all the details were given, but we do know that Vienna will be one of those. Zurich, of course, already has photogrammetry, but it'll be getting a makeover. This is good news because I'm not sure if you noticed, but in World Update 5 there were no photogrammetry cities. Jörg was questioned on this and he answered that he was having difficulty getting suitable data and hoped he'd be able to bring in some photogrammetry cities for World Update 5 at a later date. There will of course be multiple points of interest. Some of those we're having a look at now, and they're being done once again by Gaia Simulations. As always, a number of airports will be getting the handcrafted treatment. Some of those mentioned included the Lübeck airport, which is interesting because that whole airport currently is missing in the sim. He also mentioned Lima Oscar Whiskey Kilo Klagenfurt and Lima Sierra Zulu Romeo St. Gallen Alterrhein. Apologies if I've butchered those names. There's likely to be other airports, but I don't think the list has been finalized yet. It was also mentioned that this update will get new DEM, new digital elevation information, as well as new aerial data. It might be interesting to know that during Microsoft's E3 extended presentation, Jörg Newman mentioned that there'll be World Update 6 and 7 this year, with a further 6 planned for 2022. Microsoft also announced that they're working with a third party to bring another aircraft into the sim. I'm assuming at this point it will be payware. It's also planned for an August release. Whether or not it's with the World Update remains to be seen. It's the famous Junkers Ju-52, and they mentioned every switch and dial is going to be fully functional, with full access and support from the aircraft manufacturers. Partly tied into the release of the Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox, a number of the default aircraft are going to get floats and skis, and it's all part of the Land Anywhere feature being built into the sim. The Q&A section of the 1-hour session covered multiple points. I'm just going to mention one or two of the highlights. At the last session they announced they were going to bring out the Husky aircraft, and whilst yet to be confirmed, they're planning on an August 3 release date. Microsoft planned to continue to localize the sim, and it's now available in Norwegian, Swedish and Finnish language as well. A question was raised on updating the street map and other data, as this hasn't been done since the sim was launched some 10-11 months ago. They responded by emphasizing the size of the task, but were working on it, and it was something planned for the future at an undisclosed date. One of the questions raised was, could they incorporate tides into the sim? I expected the answer to be an emphatic no, but they're going to be looking at it again probably 2022. If they could bring that into the sim, well, that truly would be amazing. But I fear the complexity of a task such as this, well, it's going to be a difficult thing to achieve. Asobo were working on some changes to the interface map as some of the POIs were too close together, and utilizing LOD level of detail may be a way of resolving this issue. It's work in progress. There was also a question asked with regards to the size of the various teams supporting Microsoft Flight Simulator at this stage. And for all the details, I'll leave a link to the Twitch session in the notes below the video. But it appears there's something around 250 people supporting the sim directly, and that excludes all the third parties working with Asobo and Microsoft, with a single stated objective of getting a digital twin to the real world. If you're concerned about Microsoft's commitment to the sim, well, I think you can lay that to rest for now. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the notes below. Thank you very much for joining me today. See you soon. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.